Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken's here, back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we are going into day 2 of Warships. We want to get you off onto the right foot. So if you haven't already, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do post every single day, so if you want to stay up to date on everything that is happening with Boom Beach in this season, make sure you subscribe. Big shout out to those of you that have been using that code CHICKEN in the shop. It's going to be a season of big multi-node swaps. As you can see, I already myself have invested quite heavily. I got a few thousand gems, and hopefully that gets us through today, the way I've been changing up stuff. But I do appreciate if you throw in that code CHICKEN. It does expire every 7 days. You guys know the drill. Back. Appreciate you. And if you want your chance to win exclusive Supercell cool stuff, we're giving away a Zuka figurine. That giveaway is tomorrow, so there's still time to become a member of the channel. As long as it's before the 31st when we do the giveaway, then you still have a chance at getting an entry. So, what are we doing? Now, this base was killer for me today. So we made it up to, I was at 1735 at one point. I don't know where we're at now on the globals, but at some point we were 50, so right around the 100 mark, which is cool. Global 93. So the meta kind of shifted towards defense. Now, initially when I started the season, I was leaning more so towards offense. As you can see here, I swapped up my stat nodes to 80% DBD, 40% troop health. I might have done that by the time I made yesterday's video. I'm not 100% sure. But that seemed to be the key. Now, I kept going back and forth on the stupid prototypes, and I'm still not really sure. I'm running the Simo right now. I don't think that's necessarily the best choice. On paper, the laser beam should make more sense, especially if people are using Zukas. Heavies and Zuka is very strong right now. But for me, there's someone knocking on my door. 1 sec. But yeah, I don't know. I was running the Simo today, and it seemed to be working for me better than anything else. The Sky Shield didn't seem to need it, and since I was going all defense and DBD, it seemed like, the Simo get a little extra chip. That seemed to be the answer. So let's back it up a sec, and let's talk about what we've done here. So we started off Brick Zukas, and we unlocked Rifleman. So the idea was to do Rifle Zukas with either Iron Will or Battle Orders. That's kind of what we're using in offense. We'll get into the attacks in a second, but coming up to your first stat node, depending on what you're using, I think Troop Health is a good option. If you're trying to rush with heavies or warriors, obviously you want to use damage. If you're trying to do more so free clear, full clear, stay alive, then I think the troop health is more beneficial. Coming into our next stat node, this is again going to depend on what you're doing. If you're going heavy Zuka, you're probably better off troop damage, get a bit faster time. If not, building damage is nice. And then the same thing here. I don't think we would need that much troop health to have 2 of them. And the base was fizzling. Like a lot of my wins today, they were from fizzles, so... just getting to 4 ER though, that was the first push point. That's what got us into 17. We got into 16 before that. I forget what the tech was to get there, but yeah. So the next thing, where do we want to go next? I think heavies. I think heavies are the move because it seems to be every time I match heavies, I lose. They get really fast times. But also we have this stat node down here. Which has building health. Building health is going to be the next push point, but it's that trade-off, right? It's like, what are we going to get that's going to allow us to survive to get to that point? So we got to be able to make that decision. So I don't know if I'm going crazy. I keep hearing knocks at the door. Anyways, yeah. So that's the decision that we got to make. So I think heavies and then building health and shock mines is good. Also, getting shock bombs would be really nice, but there's just so much stuff in front of them. There's tanks, there's Everspark, there's Crying Ears. Some people were using tanks today with a little bit of success, but I don't think that they're going to be the... I don't know, I think they're too slow, and as long as we can clear with rifles and Zukas, I think that's going to be faster, so I wouldn't bother with them for right now. And then there's also the option of rushing ahead to 6. So I think all of these things that we're talking about, they're all going to be somewhat viable, but in terms of what's going to be best, I think... Heavies, building health, 6. I think that's what we want to focus on. We can get our troop boost there. I don't know if we need it right now. We'll come back and make that decision once we start to fizzle, maybe something like that. But yeah, so that's where we're at in terms of tech, and that's the looking ahead a little bit. So let's go over the attack now. So let's see. Do we have a nice one here? Some of these guys are getting crazy fast time. This is when the heavies started coming online, and you can see, we'll show this replay because this guy just absolutely ripped through this base. So this base was very good until Heavy Rush started because I don't have shock mines. Heavy Rush is going to, I think it'll be stopped by the time we get to shock mines. Or building health, one or the other maybe, I'm not totally sure. Because you can see he almost kind of fizzled by the time he got there. And you can see he's using all of that troop damage there. So, again, cool thing about the season, you can play defensively, you can play offensively. Right now with the heavies and the boost, it looks like the offense is stronger than the defense. So we need to lean more so towards that way. And I'll show you what I'm doing. Let's see if we can find a decent one here. What is going on? Sorry, I'm getting all these weird notifications. I think the chicken's just going crazy. This is the day one, just schizophrenia setting in after playing for too much. But yeah, so you see here, now, there's two attacks I'm doing. It's either Battle Orders or Iron Will. The troops, for the most part, stay the same at 3-5 rifles and Zookas. If there's no regular mines, then we'll go Battle Orders and just try to blitz through it. If there are regular mines, we're going to use Iron Will and hope that we can get a faster time than them, ideally. So let's dive in. Now, the last few hits have not gone very well. Like I said, we're kind of at an awkward tech spot. I think we need to save up a couple chests and get to that next play, whether that's going to be heavies or building health, whatever we're leaning towards there. Or maybe going the other path and getting shocks. And, well, I guess to do that we would need Heavy Rush probably. But, heavies are obviously going to be good. But I don't, typically rifles are better than heavies when we're in, when there becomes a lot of defense. As soon as we get building health and shock mines, I would imagine that would probably stop the Heavy Rush. So people have to switch up to, Heavy Zuka with Battle Orders. And I don't know if that's going to be as strong as Rifle Zuka is, so... now this base does not have regular mines, so we can make sure that Brick is set to Battle Orders. What kind of boost is he running? He's running more balance. He's got building health, troop health, and troop damage. Okay. So the building health is good, but I think that we can beat it, or at least match it with the Battle Orders. Typically I lose these building health attacks by about 10 seconds, so I don't know. It's... we'll see what happens here, but let's start off. Since the only GB I have... I still don't have flares. I know I could have got them by now, but I don't know. We seem to be doing all right without them. I mean, we made a really nice push today without using flares, so I want to make sure that we're doing everything in the right order this season. Now, on these bases, you got to be very careful. There's those 3 mortars there. So if you are going to use Battle Orders while you're doing this, just make sure you know where those mortars are, because they will absolutely ruin the entire attack if you're not paying attention. So you can get a nice split here doing this. That's why I like to put those ones on the bottom and these ones on the top, because then these ones will actually come around and then go for this engine first. Sometimes what will happen, depending on how weird they get, is sometimes the Zookas will actually go in. Obviously, we wouldn't want it to happen now because there's a flamethrower there. But sometimes they'll go in and sit on that corner and shoot the engine room underneath the sky shield. So you see what I mean? We lose these attacks every time by about 10 seconds. Usually they get closer to 230 or 240, but those heavies are really starting to dominate now, so ouch. So yeah, not a good time to be playing, but I did want to show you guys at least one live hit just on what we're doing, even if it was kind of a guaranteed loss. Oh, 1 second! For frig's sakes. 242. Let's see what he did. That was a lot closer than I thought, actually. So heavies and Zookas, okay. So not a heavy rush, interesting. So let's see. So is he just using Iron Will? Okay. So maybe I need a new base. Maybe we can make a spread base. We've got enough defenses for it. And that would probably be decent. But yeah, because it looks like... I don't know. I would say don't copy this base anymore, guys, because it looks like it's just not working. I mean, that guy only had troop health. He didn't have a lot of... he didn't have any troop damage. He still got all the way through it. So anyways, guys, I hope that helps you out going into day 2. Lots of stuff to look at. Lots to go over. But yeah, depending on if you took the top path or the bottom path, I think those are the boosts that you're going to want to pick up. And then a little bit of an idea of what we want to do in the next day or so going forward as well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you next one, guys. Check it out. Bang, bang.